Well, to host an event of this magnitude at the Midtoe U.S. Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville, this is an earlier shot from the day. Melissa, you need to have the courts to do it, and East Naples Community Park certainly has that.
Yeah, definitely have the courts. This was formerly a vacant skate park, original build of 31 pickleball courts. Currently, there are 50 total courts that we played on here at this tournament this weekend, and the newest courts feature the Deco turf.
Game one of the books, and it belongs to Yates and Wright. Mark, what really stood out to you?
Well, I think it was the winners that Weinbach and Rospetsky hit early on, except those unforced errors balanced them out.
Block shots, a 2-0 edge for Weinbach and Rospetsky, but Yates and Wright figure out a way to get it done. And this Zing Zang Championship court rocking here tonight, sold out for this men's pro doubles. And as you said, Melissa, that Deco turf cushion surface, so key. It's a state-of-the-art surface and allows players to play longer without feeling fatigue in their joints.
Yeah, so that's another special thing about this venue here. They do a lot to really think about the players, their experience here, from the court surface to Margaritaville, to vendor tents, music, food, player snacks, all the things that go into making this a great event.
Matt Wright, the corporate attorney from Wichita, Kansas. He and partner Kyle Yates, the hometown boy, taking game number one.
0-0-2.
Yates and Wright really shot out of the gate here to win that first game 11-3. I've got to say, Melissa, that was a lot quicker and a lot more one-sided than I would have expected.
Oh yeah, I would agree with you. It's not what I expected coming out of game one either. So let's see if game two can turn it around. You know, I think definitely Weinbach and Rospetsky are going to have to try to see how they can slow these guys down. They're going to have to get more balls dropped into the kitchen, give themselves a chance to get it to the line.
Just wide.
So that was another around the post shot attempted by Yates. He thought it was in. Everyone else around the area seemed to think it was out.
Tough to see from that.
Including both the line judge and referee extraordinaire Byron Frezzo.
Well, one thing is for certain, we do have our top referee, or at least one of them, here at Zing Zang Championship Court, as Byron Frezzo has been on top of it throughout the entire week. He has really become a familiar face, a friendly face in this great sport of pickleball.
Yeah, he sure has. He and his wife, Marcia Fresso, travel around the country refereeing and doing clinics and just sharing their love of the game with others.
There's Byron. All smiles today. He took part in the Parade of Nations.
Yeah, he's from Guyana. Let's see what happens here. This is the kind of game I just mentioned that Rospetsky and Weinbach need to get into. Yeah, see, that's going to fare better for them against a powerhouse like Matt Wright and an all-around game player like Kyle Yates.
So Melissa, we already have 3 unforced errors from Yates and Wright, and that is more than they had total in the previous game.
0-4-1.
So here we go.
Yeah. So and I mean, it gets recorded as an unforced error when you put a ball in the net or whatever that you should make. But really, Drew, when you're looking across the court and you've got such an advanced player looking to pounce on anything, it really, even if you miss that shot, it feels like it's forced because you know your margin for error is so small that if you don't hit that perfectly, you're going to lose the point anyway. Just saw a no-look dink from Kyle Yates.
Saw Weinbach kind of drift to his left there and then come right back into the court. I think he was anticipating one of those around the net shots.
So much for that knee replacement.
Yeah, really, we're certainly not seeing it here.
So that was a good misdirect by Kyle Yates right at the end. The misdirect is when you set up your body and your paddle as though you're hitting one direction, but instead hit the other. He set it up as though he was going to hit cross court, just laid back the wrist a little bit, hit it down the line instead, caught Weinbach off guard.
Point. 2-4-2.
Now 2-4-2.
And just a smart play there by Rospetsky. What he saw was Matt cheating over just a little bit because Kyle had gone a little bit wide on the court, and he put it down the line on Matt's backhand.
If you watch Rospetsky, he's always so well balanced, so solid. I can imagine that anytime he's about to hit a ball.
Great rally.
I'm saying Rospetsky looks so solid and well balanced every time he hits such a wide stance. It almost looks like a Mack truck couldn't push him over. And having that solid foundation, that well balanced setup, doesn't guarantee success with your shots, but it makes it a whole lot easier.
Rospetsky, the director of pickleball and tennis at the Lakes in Palm Desert. He told me earlier today they're going to be building a stadium, sunken stadium pickleball court there at the Lakes. He puts on an event just before the US Open, and a lot of the top players go there to prepare for this event.
What a cool environment that must be. Let me ask you, Melissa, is pickleball in Arizona and California at the level that it is here in Southwest Florida?
Oh yeah, definitely so. There's a lot of pickleball out there. There's a lot of high quality level play in both Arizona and California and Utah. I guess lots of other places around the country too. And that was just a great shot. I mean, Marcin seems to be really zoned in right now, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, Marcin is such a professional. He comes from a professional tennis background, played for Poland Davis Cup, and he knows how to. He's a gamer. He knows what to do when the chips are down.
Marcin just 2 years ago here was the singles champion too at the US Open.
Seeing some great personality on the court right now. Guys, I want both of your picks in this sport as far as growing the popularity of it. You need stars. You need players and athletes that command attention and attract big audiences. Melissa, who would you say are the best candidates for that on the men's and the women's side? And I also want, Mark, your choices as well.
Yeah, well, there's just so many of them, Drew, so it's really hard. These players spend a lot of their time off of the courts here, spending time with players all around the country, doing clinics and camps and trips, and they are really good about spending quality time with those players when they're out on those clinics and trips as well.
Oh, very close.
Yeah, I love watching a few of the players that come up. For me, it's the ones that are most exciting are the ones who get back balls that you think are impossible to even get a paddle on, let alone hit a high-quality shot. So the fastest movers I've seen in the game lately are Tyson McGuffin out of Yakima, Washington, and Caitlin Christian out of California. She's currently still on the professional tour playing tennis. She's a double specialist. Tyson is a tennis pro in Washington as well as being full-time doing the pickleball thing. These two players, they slide across these hard courts, and they're really, you know, I'd recommend to anyone if you have a chance to watch these players play in person. It's definitely worth doing.
And four good ones right now as Yates and Matt Wright trying to battle back. We're underway here at the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville.
U.S. Open Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast. And by Pickleball Central, the Pickleball Superstore.